Hello and welcome to another concussion education session. As a disclaimer, this is not medical advice, this is not confidential, and I record when we do have these meetings in person or through settings such as Zoom. They may be recorded, but of course I'll give you a heads up when that happens. This is me. Feel free to ask questions. Guests are always welcome, whether the meeting in person or virtually, or just to share these videos with others. You are always more than welcome to do that. Today's plan, cervicogenic. I'm going to give some background information. We're going to talk about stretches, and then we're going to end it off with a discussion like always. This is our treatment plan pyramid. Bottom is going to include stress reduction, nervous system resetting, mindset, sleep. As we move up, talk about more like physical exercise, nutrition, maybe even diet plans. And at the top of our pyramid, that is our exercises and treatment. This is where we're going to talk about the neck work, stretches, the strengthening, maybe even including proprioceptive retraining. This is a wonderful graphic highlighting the different domains of post-concussion syndrome. Talk about things like vestibular, cognitive, fatigue, anxiety, mood, headache, migraine, or ocular. And what we're going to focus on is this headache, migraine portion, specifically looking at those that are cervicogenic in nature. Cervicogenic, just cervical spine. We're just talking about the neck here. That's all. And we're mainly focusing on referred pain or tension type headaches. This little graphic on the left, I think, is wonderful, where it highlights some of the different muscles and some of the referred pain patterns that it causes. We don't need to go through these one by one, but if you're patient with me, we probably already have. I'm going to highlight the last point here, sensory receptors. Sensory receptors. This is a graphic here. This has a whole bunch of information. I just highlight because there is a lot going on as opposed to just stretching. I'm just moving my neck. There's a lot of underlying physiology that thankfully we don't need to know. All I want to point out is that we need to hold a stretch and it shouldn't be painful, but we also need to hold it for 45 to 60 seconds. So just moving our head, holding there, 1, 2, 3, that's not doing it, unfortunately. And I often recommend with stretching to add in some breath work at the same time, because holding it for a minute in one static position can be truthfully a little bit boring. So if we add in some breath work or maybe some music or maybe even TV, just to make it a little bit more enjoyable for us. This is a blank page. Why? Because it's going to be a little bit different today. What I'm going to go through is the stretches. I'm going to demonstrate them. I'm not going to hold them for a full minute, so that way I don't bore all the viewers to death. But I'm going to show some of the main ones that we go over with almost all of our patients. First one, simple side stretch. Just reaching over, pulling the head down, letting the shoulder relax as much as possible. Of course, I want you to do these stretches on both sides unless we specifically recommend only one side. The next one is a stretch for the back portion of the neck. That's where we're going to turn our head 45 degrees. We're going to gently pull down. Some people benefit from putting this free hand behind them or even reaching down towards the ground as they're pulling down. And again, we're trying to feel this stretch from that shoulder up high, or maybe just up high, maybe just down low. You may feel it all the way. It depends on where you have that tightness. Next stretch, chin's going to go up, chin's going to go over, and we are gently pushing down on our collarbone, on our clavicle. You should feel this stretch on the front portion of your neck, in the front area. That's a quick walkthrough of some of the stretches that we do with the majority of our PCS patients. I'm going to quickly go back to a share screen here. As always, questions directly to me. to other members of the group, or they can be to our team. So if you have any questions for other practitioners, I'd be happy to relay them. To end off with our discussion, are these stretches easy to remember? What variations do you know? And is this stretching? Oh, poor grammar. Is this stretch in a spot you feel pain or tension? Is it getting the area that we actually want to focus on? To end off, summary, I'd like you to hold stretches for 45 to 60 seconds. They should be without pain, and you may benefit from adding breath work or something else that's entertaining while doing the stretching. If you're not already, please follow all of our social accounts. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send an email. Goodbye for now.